Helo a croeso I wythnos 3 o symud yn yr awyr iach. Croeso nôl os ydych chi wedi ymuno ni am yr 2 wythnos diwethaf, neu os yw dyma dy wythnos gyntaf. Enw fi yw Ashlyn a dyma Liam a croeso. Heddi, dyn ni'n mynd I wneud tasg bach ffurfyfyrio yn chwarae a jyst gweld pa fath o symudiadau newydd allwn ni wneud. Fel pob wythnos, newch yn siŵr bod ganddoch chi digon o lle a bod llawr digon gwastad fel bod chi ddim yn cwmpo drosto neu baglu dros unrhyw beth. Newch yn siŵr bod chi'n gwisgo dillad chi'n gallu symud mewn, dillad cyfforddus, a byddai'n syniad da cael diod o ddŵr neu rhywbeth I yfed tra bod ni'n ddansio.
So, hello and welcome to the third week of Moving in the Grey Outdoors. If you're new, my name is Liam and this is Ashlyn, and this week we're going to be going through some improvisation tasks with you. Before we start, a few things that you might need. Make sure you have like a drink of water with you to keep you hydrated. Make sure the space that you're moving in is free of stuff and it's nice and clear, and make sure you're wearing some nice comfortable clothing. Let's get started. So we're going to start off with just moving just our fingers. See what our fingers can do. So they can bend, they can point, can you twist? You can make circles. And just exploring what we can do with just using our fingers.
Felly, ni'n dechrau jyst trwy symud ein bysedd, a jyst yn gweld beth mae ein bysedd yn gallu wneud. Allwn ni siglo nhw, allwn ni pwyntio, allwn ni troi nhw falle, gan jyst gweld. A wedyn, unwaith chi wedi gwneud hynna, chi'n mynd I ychwanegu mewn symud eich dwylo. A sut I symud y dwylo yn newid sut mae eich bysedd yn symud. Beth arall allwch chi wneud? Allwch chi symud eich dwylo efo'i gilydd, neu ar wahân, neu wneud pethau gwahanol.
So, now we're going to move on to our hands. We've done our fingers, we're going to move on to our hands and see how we can move with our wrists. See what our wrists can do, they can come together, go further apart, going back to our fingers, going to hands, and see what they can do. They can move together, or move separately. Nice, and seeing what you can do with that. And then moving on from that bit, once we've explored that, we're going to go on to our arms. So now you're going to incorporate your arms. So you're going to move how your arms can do, just what they normally do. So you can bend your arms, stretch, reach, go towards, go away, and then whatever you do, going back to your fingers and your hands.
So nawr wedi ychwanegu mewn symud eich breichiau, ac yn gweld sut mae hynna'n newid sut ydych chi'n symud eich dwylo a bysedd, a jyst chwarae efo pethau ydych chi fel arfer yn wneud efo'ch breichiau, symud nhw efo pethau pob dydd, a wedyn symud nhw mewn ffurfiau eraill.
Nice. Making sure that you don't forget to keep going back through the body parts that we've already explored. So we're making sure you go through your fingers, your wrist, and your arms. Now we're going to add on 2 more this time. So we're going to go from our head and our chest. Okay, so you can move our head, our head can move in a circle. You can nod, go no, and chest. Goes out, go in, can go around. We're just going to explore those points as well.
Nawr wedi ychwanegu yn pen, a allwch chi symud jyst eich pen, nodio, neu siglo'ch pen, a symud top eich corff chi, a allwch chi symud popeth ni wedi ychwanegu hyd yn hyn ar yr un pryd, neu un peth ar y tro, a jyst chwarae a fo wneud hynna.
Nice, really good. Keep going, stick with it, nice. No, so now we're going to incorporate our hips and our legs. Okay, so same thing with our hips, where our hips can move to the sides, front, back, circle, got loads of range of movement with our hips, and with our legs, same thing. So we're incorporating where we can go, we got loads of space. And for our legs as well, we can look at the different levels. We can go down and we can come up. And while you're doing that, still working through the different body parts as well.
Felly, ni'n nawr di ychwanegu mewn ein coesau. Ni'n chwarae efo lefelau gwahanol, symud breichiau a coesau ar yr un pryd, neu weithio just eich coes, just eich pen falle, just eich braich, a wedyn popeth ar yr un pryd, coesau breichiau, dwylo, bysedd, pen. Just yn chwarae efo fath o symudiadau allwch chi wneud.
Free as well to go at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast. It's not about being a dancer at all in any kind of way. It's more about just understanding like how your body moves and doing it just for its function, doing it exactly as it needs to be done.
Felly does dim rhaid chi symud yn gyflym, does dim rhaid chi trio dansio, ni just yn chwarae efo beth mae'r corff yn gallu wneud, beth mae'r rhannau gwahanol o'r corff yn gallu wneud, be mae'r breichiau yn gallu wneud, be mae'r coesau yn gallu wneud, a just yn ffindio ffurf newydd o symud.
Nice. Good job. Now what we're going to do is just add on to that little bit. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. So now all the moves that you've got going on here, so if it's your wrist, see how far and big your wrists can move you. Your arms, how big your arms can move you. Fingers, see how far they can really go. Legs, how far and big you can make your leg movements.
Just yn gwneud popeth bach yn mwy. Faint mor tal allwch chi wneud eich hun ymestyn. Allwch chi wneud siapiau mawr efo'ch breichiau, efo'ch coesau, efo'ch dwylo. Mor fawr a chi'n gallu bod.
Good. Keep going. Keep breathing. Nice. Nice. And we're going to bring that to a close.
Nice.
Nice.
Da iawn.
Great work.
Okay, so am y tasg nesaf, ni'n mynd i meddwl am un pwynt yn y gofod o gwmpas ni, a efo un llaw jyst i dechrau, ni'n mynd i just tynnu llinell syth i'r pwynt yna. So falle bydd y pwynt straight o flaen chi, so bydd chi just yn tynnu llinell, a wedyn y pwynt nesaf falle bydd i'ch ben chi, falle bydd chi'n symud i'r top, a ni just yn mynd i cario ymlaen yn neud hynna, just efo pwyntiau gwahanol o gwmpas.
So what we're going to do in this one, like Ash was demonstrating now, is we're going to take one hand, and with that one hand, we're going to go directly straight to one point. So we're going to go straight to anywhere it needs to go. You can pick any point you want to, but it has to go directly to that point, wherever it wants to, and just one hand when we start it off. They can go high, and it can go low, then might go forward, and it might take you backwards. But wherever it goes, it needs to go directly in a straight line there. Nice. Nice. So from there, now we're going to add in our second hand. And with our second hand, it's going to be exactly the same thing. So one hand might go this way, and our other hand might go somewhere totally different. And it can go to the same point, or to a different point, entirely up to you, as long as they both go straight there.
Felly ni nawr yn defnyddio un dwylo, dau dwylo, a allwn ni mynd i'r un lle, neu llefydd gwahanol, allwn ni symud ar yr un pryd, neu yn gwahanol, mae'n hollol lan I chi, lle chi'n mynd.
That's good, keep going, keep it up. Nice. So now that we've done one hand, we've done our second hand. Now what we're going to do, we're going to change that. So now you can use any body part you want to, as long as it goes directly to the point it wants to. So it could be an elbow, going directly to where it has to go. It could change from there to your head, going directly to where it needs to go. It might go back to your hand, but whatever you want, it has to go straight there.
Felly ni'n neud union yr un peth, ond nawr ni'n newid rhannau o'r corff ni'n symud. Felly falle bych chi'n defnyddio'ch pen-glin, neu'ch coes, neu'ch llaw eto, a chi jyst yn newid y llawr chi'n cymryd nhw, jyst fel o'r blaen, a rhan y gwahanol o'r corff. A allwch chi wneud e mor araf, neu mor gyflym a chi eisiau.
Nice. Now we're going to speed it up a bit. So we're going to see if now we can go a little bit faster. So same thing, going directly to where it needs to go. But we're really going to focus on the different body parts. Okay, so don't forget those body parts. So the head, shoulders, elbows, hands, knees, feet, hips. Same thing we worked on in the first exercise. Okay.
Felly union yr un peth, ond ni jyst yn mynd i wneud e bach yn gyflymach. A chi'n really meddwl am pa ran o'r corff chi'n symud pryd.
Nice. Good. Good.
Da iawn.
Awesome. For our next exercise, what we're going to do, similar thing, we're going to start with one hand, and we're still going to go directly to a point. We're going to go pick a point, we're going to go to it. But this time, we can get that however we want to. So it might decide this hand is going to go here, right in this space, but instead of going there straight away, it can decide however it wants to get there. And we're going to do that with just with one hand.
Felly, just fel y task cyn, ni'n mynd i picio lle am y llaw ni'n mynd i mynd yna, ond yn lle mynd syth yna, allai fe cyrraedd yna sut bynnag mae eisiau. Felly, just rhaid fel hyn, falle bydd e'n mynd right round i cyrraedd y pwynt, falle bydd e'n mynd hollol y ffordd arall, cyn dod nôl i'r pwynt yna. Iawn, so just dychmygwch bod lle mae llaw chi'n trio cyrraedd, ond mae'n mynd yna unrhyw ffordd mae eisiau.
Nice, nice. So as you're moving as well, it could be little small movements to get to a place, or it could be really big, so it could go a really long way to try and get to that one point.
A mae nawr yn amser da i rili chwarae efo dynamics. Ydych chi'n mynd i teithio i'r lle yna'n gyflym, ydych chi'n mynd i mynd yn rili araf i'r pwynt yna, neu symudiad rili bach, neu symudiad rili fawr i cyrraedd y lle.
Nice. Nice. Good. Now we've done that there, we're now going to incorporate the other hand. So same as last time, we're going to have a second hand and not going to do exactly the same thing. So we can still have one point, going to where it needs to go, finding out how to get there, and the second hand going to another point, finding out how it gets there. And they, remember as well, they could go to exactly the same point, entirely up to you.
Felly, bydd newid ychwanegu ein llaw arall, a just fel y tasg cyn, allan nhw cyrraedd yr un pwynt ar yr un pryd, neu allan nhw cyrraedd yr un pryd mewn ffurfiau gwahanol, neu allan nhw mynd rhywle hollol wahanol i'r gilydd, hollol ar chi. A ni just yn meddwl am ein dwylo ar nawr.
Remember as well, again, you don't have to, everything doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to all be small, but see what you could do with it. If you keep doing small little movements to somewhere, what does that look like? Do you find that more interesting? Or if you do really big movements to try and get somewhere, how does that work? Do you find that interesting? Do you like that more?
Felly mae lan I chi, newch be ydych chi'n teimlo'n bod ydych chi'n ffindio'n diddorol. Efe symudiad y mawr, neu symudiad y bach, mae hollol lan I chi.
Really nice work. Cool, so now, from this bit, we've done one hand, and we've done the second hand. And we're gonna move on now, so you can get any body part you want to, alright? And still that body part, gonna try and find the place where it needs to get to. So try and have an idea where that spot is in your head, and it's how it's gonna get there, however it wants to. So I might put my foot to here, and explore how my foot can get to that point.
So ni nawr yn defnyddio unrhyw rhan o'r corff, a unwaith eto ni'n really meddwl am lle ni eisiau rhan yna o'r corff I cyrraedd, a sut mae'n mynd I cyrraedd yna. Felly falle yn mynd a panelyn fi pwynt jyst fel yna, falle bydd yn mynd rownd, a glanio fyna, a wedyn bydd pen fi'n symud i'r ochr arall, a wedyn mae pen-glin fi'n mynd I mynd rownd, cyrraedd pen-glin arall fi, a dwylo fi'n mynd sydd lan I cyrraedd pwynt yn yr awyr, mae'n hollol lan I chi.
That's nice. If you're struggling and you're like, oh, I'm finding this really difficult, or I keep doing the same moves, keep with it, and you'll slowly kind of develop a new way of moving. You'll find something else out of it, and you'll be like, oh, I didn't think of moving this body part before, or my chest can move here, or my finger, what if I move my finger to here instead? So keep with it and keep going. Nice work.
Mae hyn yn ffordd really nice o ffindio ffurf newydd o symud. A falle byddwch chi'n teimlo bod yn rili anodd yn y ddechrau, ond jyst cyrwch mlaen, mae'n dod yn haws, a mae'n rili neis ffindio ffordd hollol newydd o ddansio, sydd falle yn fwy diddorol.
Nice. And then slowly in your own time, find a way to stop. Great. Alright, so what you'll imagine is your hand, whichever hand you want to start with, keeps moving. So instead of it finding the point, going directly to it, or finding the point and moving around to get there, it never quite gets there. So the point is always changing where it's trying to get to. And then we're going to see if we can keep going with that, and whether or not the movements are really big movements or really small moves. Okay, nice.
Felly, just fel y tasg diwethaf, ni'n dechrau efo un llaw yn symud, ond yn lle cyrraedd pwynt, mae'n mynd I cario ymlaen yn symud. A ni jyst yn mynd I meddwl am sut mae'n symud, a lle mae'n mynd, heb meddwl am lle mae'n mynd I cyrraedd, lle mae'r symudiad yn mynd I gorffen. A falle bod yn mynd I wneud symudiad rili fawr, neu falle jyst symudiad y bach, hollol lan I chi.
Nice. We're now going to incorporate the other hand. So same as last time. You can use this hand to start off the movement, and it's go wherever you want to, and the other hand might come in and take over. It might be the case where both hands are moving at the same time, and they can take you wherever you want to. Could be a big, could be a small, entirely up to you, okay? But now we can use both hands now.
Felly ni wedi ychwanegu ein llaw arall, a mae lan I chi falle bod chi eisiau jyst cael un llaw yn symud, a'r llaw arall yn cymryd dros. Neu falle bod chi'n symud I ddwy llaw, falle ar yr un pryd, yr un fath o symudiad, neu falle rhywbeth hollol gwahanol. Hollol lan I chi falle, chi eisiau cadw symudiadau chi'n bach, falle ar yr un lle, neu falle bod chi eisiau symud bach mwy, neu symudiadau bach yn fwy. Rili teithio, defnyddio'r ardal ydych chi'n dansio I symud. Nice, really nice.
Good work, guys. Good work. Keep going with it. Keep going with it. See again, whether your small moves, your big moves, it might be really intricate little movements. And keep going with that and see how that works for you. Or it could be just one hand moving for a lot of the time, really big, and you might have one hand that just has to go really small. Nice, good work, good work. So now, same as last time again, we're gonna add on. So now any body part can take over the movement, and you can keep going with any body part where we're still thinking of going to a point and never quite getting there, and always something else taking over as you're moving.
Felly nawr, di symud mlaen unwaith eto I unrhyw ran o'r corff yn symud, a dwi eisiau chi rili meddwl am pa rhan o'r corff chi'n symud y pryd a sut mae'n mynd I symud. Pen, a wedyn penelyn, a wedyn falle llaw unwaith eto, yn tipyn, falle traed, a mae'r symudiad beth yn cweit gorffen, chi wastad yn symud mewn un ffordd neu'r llall.
Nice. This is a really good time again to think about those little intricate parts of your body. Hips, chest, shoulders. What can your shoulders do? How can your shoulders take over your movement? Fingers. How can that move? Your ear. Can you move your ear when you're down with it? And see how that works for you.
Mae'n rili diddorol meddwl am rhannau o'r corff chi ddim fel arfer yn defnyddio, ddim fel arfer yn meddwl am symud, a just gweld pa fath o dans allwch chi creu trwy symud nhw.
Really nice work, guys. Keep going. Let's see if we can think a little bit faster now. So we're going to keep continuous moving. We're going to move a little bit faster this time, okay? Nice. Just seeing how you can move with those movements. See if you can still incorporate the little body part movements with some fingers. Maybe you can move your feet, your toes, hips. Nice.
Da iawn. Ni'n mynd I cario ymlaen. Ni'n mynd I meddwl am symud rhannau o'r corff. Bach yn gyflymach. Falle bach yn fwy. Yn rili defnyddio'r ardal ydych chi'n dansio mewn. A rili meddwl am pob rhan o'r corff chi'n symud. Really nice, da iawn.
Good work. And then, in your row time, we're going to find a place to stop.
Da iawn, a wedyn ni'n dechrau ffindio lle I stop y symud ac ymlaciach. Da iawn.
Nice.
Iawn, so ni nawr yn mynd I wneud tasg olaf ni, a dyma'r tasg olaf ni'n mynd I wneud cyn I ni cwlo lawr. Felly, falle bych chi eisiau meddwl am rili ymlacio'ch corff chi, jyst cael gwared o unrhyw tensiwn dych chi'n dal. A ni jyst yn mynd I ddechrau, jyst trwy darlunio cylch efo'n pen ni. A allai fod yn cylch rili fach, rili araf, neu falle cylch bach yn fwy, yn bod yn rili gofalus tra bod ni'n symud pen ni. Nice.
So, what we're going to do here is we're going to start go to the last bit of movement before our cool down. And we're going to start doing just some circles, real nice simple circles, okay? And we're going to start with the head, being really careful of the neck, obviously, really important part. And our circles can be anything, so our circles can be really small, just going around here. It might take you forwards, backwards, and then also might be really small circles, or they're going to be really big circles, okay? And it's up to you now just to explore what those circles are, see what other circles you can create. It could be something this way. Okay, but we're just focusing on the head. Nice, really good. Don't forget to breathe.
Really nice. Just cadw'ch creu cylchoedd efo'ch pen chi, just yn meddwl am lle allwch chi creu cylch yn yr ardal dych chi mewn. Cofiwch cadw yn adlu, just cadw yn rili araf a wedi ymlacio.
Good work. Nice, guys. So now we've done the head, we've incorporated our head. We'll talk about it. We're going to use our shoulders as well. Okay, so we're going to make some circles, with your shoulders. Okay, and it can go forward and backwards, and the circles might take us all the way around in a circle. Same with our head might take us around in a circle down here. Okay, and it's just what the circles can do with those individual body parts. There's no rush on this one, it's literally your pace. Okay. Just see how that works for you.
Ni 'di ychwanegu ein ysgrifau. Allwch chi wneud cylch bach efo un ysgrif falle, neu'r ddau. Neu falle meddwl am cylchoedd llai, fwy creadigol. Felly allwch chi mynd rownd. Allwch chi wneud cylch mawr am ysgrif fel hyn. Hollol lan i chi bynnag sy'n gallu meddwl am.
Really good work. Really nice stuff. So now we're going to move on to our elbows. Okay, so we can use our head, shoulders, and our elbows. Let's just use the whole arms on this one. Okay, so you can use head, shoulders, and your arms. Okay.
So ni nawr yn defnyddio ein pen, ein ysgrifau ac ein holl draeth ein breichiau. Unrhyw fath o cylchoedd.
Again, our circles might be really big circles. We might use a whole arm, or it could be tiny. Just use the wrist. Maybe even just use the fingers. How small could it be? Oh, see what you can do. See what other circles you can come up with.
Ni'n meddwl am pa fath o cylchoedd allwn ni creu, a falle bod nhw'n rili fach, neu'n fwy. Falle bod nhw'n defnyddio fwy nag un rhan o'r corff ni 'di ychwanegu, neu falle jyst is, llaw, neu hollol lan i chi.
Really nice work, guys. Nice stuff there. So this one now we're going to incorporate the whole body. Not this bit, but I'm thinking of this block here. Okay? So we can use our chest, and we can use our hips as well. Okay? Not forgetting about heads, shoulders, elbows, hands, fingers, hips, and chest now as well. Okay?
Nes ni nawr yn defnyddio ein holl top yn corff ni. So paid anghofio am dy pen neu disgwyddau, ond ni'n gallu gwneud cylchoedd bach yn fwy nawr. Yn defnyddio bowl neu falle, neu braich. A chi jyst yn mwy rhydd i wneud beth bynnag bach o cylch chi eisiau a defnyddio top o'ch corff chi. Mae'n dechrau bod y grawn.
Nice stuff. Good work. Now we're going to incorporate the last bit of our body, okay? So we can move our legs as a whole. Knees, feet, toes, if you're barefoot. Yeah? See how you can use that as well, okay? So don't forget now, we've got heads, our shoulders, elbows, hands, fingers, chest, hips, knees, and toes.
Okay, ni nawr di... Sorry, sy'n cofio siarad. Ni nawr di ychwanegu ein holl corff, coesau hefyd, unrhyw fath o cylchoedd, a nawr bod ni'n defnyddio'r holl corff, mae yna teimlad bod chi eisiau gwneud cylchoedd rili mawr sydd yn iawn, ond peidiwch anghofio am eich pen, eich bys, allwch chi dal wneud cylchoedd bach yn ddal i defnyddio'r holl corff.
Also as well, if you're feeling like it's a little bit silly and you're like, I look really strange, I look really weird, don't worry about it. It's okay. No one's gonna judge you, I promise. Well, I hope not. Okay? So if your circle is like this and it's this way, perfectly fine. Okay? Just seeing what are the ways you can move and explore and play with what you can do.
Ie, paid o ffeindio am edrych yn silly. Unrhyw fath o cylch, falle just melyn, neu pen, neu rhywun fel hyn. Mae'r tasg yma jyst fel bod chi'n gallu bod yn rili creadigol a rili meddwl am sut chi'n symud pryd ydych chi'n dansio. Just ffeindio ffordd newydd o symud, so just dim ots os chi'n edrych bach yn silly. Just cariwch ymlaen, creu cylchoedd, unrhyw fath o cylchoedd.
Nice work, guys. Good. Bring out what you got there. It's nice to a close and we finish on, right?
Okay, so ni jyst yn mynd i gorffen bant ein sesiwn heddi efo dan bach. A gyd ni eisiau chi wneud yw jyst copio Liam a fe'n mynd i esbonio.
Nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our left hand, and then we're going to put on our right knee, and then our right hand is going to go on the floor behind us. We're going to nice and twist and push up, and make sure that we're breathing. Okay, nice and taut through the body. Nice, stay there for a few counts. That's really good. Great, and then we're going to relax out of that one. And then we're going to change sides. So this is on the right hand, to the left knee, there we go, got that right. And then left hand on the floor behind us, pushing up into that and twisting. Nice, making sure we're nice and tall. Make sure we keep on breathing there. Good, nice. And then relax down on that side. Good. Now with our arms, okay, with our hands, we're going to go all the way up. Nice. And then down through the middle. Make sure we keep that breath. Make sure our backs we're sat up nice and tall. I like to imagine like my head is like reaching up out of my spine. I'm going to do one more, and then as we do this, we're going to go up and over, and then down. And instead of putting our hands in front of us, we're going to go reach out in front of us, and we're going to reach down and come down to all fours to here. Nice. From here, nice and simple, we're going to arch the back. We're going to arch it this way, making like I just think like making like a nice little path from my mouth all the way through, so it's nice and straight up there. Curving the spine that way, and then we're going to curve the spine the other way. Making sure our hands are underneath our shoulders, okay, nice and in line there, so underneath there, and our knees are underneath our hips, so we have a nice tabletop position. Nice, and then the other way. Good, 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 good. And again. And one more time. Good. And again. Nice. Good, 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 good. From here, we're gonna put our feet down, so like this. You're gonna like this with your feet here, and we're gonna push back into our feet. And that's gonna stretch out the arches of your feet nicely. Feel free, you can do it with me, like in your socks. You can do it like Ashlyn in her shoes. Either one perfectly fine. I'm gonna stretch out those feet though. Good, good, good. And then we're gonna ease up there, relax, come back to all fours. From here, we're gonna take our feet back. So one foot back and the other foot back into like a plank position. Nice. And from here, we're gonna put our hips to the ground and our heads nice and tall. But we wanna make sure, like this, you don't wanna be like this with your shoulders stuck in between your head. You're gonna make sure your head is nice and out like a turtle, coming out of its shell. Out there, so nice and up. And you can either have your feet tucked into the ground, or you can have your feet flat with the tops of your feet on the floor. Either one perfectly fine up to you, okay? But we're making sure that our head is coming nice and out of our shoulders. Good. Good, good, good. Nice work. From here, we're gonna tuck our toes. Good. We're gonna back to our plank position. Nice from there, and then from here, we go down to downward dog. Just down to here like this, and then push back.
If that's too hard to push up like that, you can stay on your knees into plank, and then use your knees to come all the way back into down dog.
Nice. We're not gonna stay here for very long, so don't worry about that. Nice. From here, all we're gonna do now, okay, is we're gonna walk our feet, forwards to our hands. And we're gonna stay just hanging over our legs. You want to make sure your weight isn't really far back into your heels, so you shouldn't be able to do this. Okay? You want to make sure that your weight is forward a bit. Not too forward, where you're going to fall onto the floor in front of you, but somewhere nicely in the middle of your feet. Okay? And here, you can have your arms however you want to. You can have them down here. You can have them above here. I guess that's kind of the only way you can have. But make sure you're hanging. Your head is nice and relaxed over the top. Good work. Now we're slowly gonna roll up through the spine. Imagine each vertebra of your spine slowly opening up one at a time, all the way to your stood nice and tall. Yeah? Nice, good. As we're stood here, we're gonna take a second just being stood nice and tall in the space. Nice. Just to finish up, we're gonna have our hands and they go around the sides, all the way up, nice and tall. Nice big reach. Good, good, good. Coming down, all the way down, all the way down to finish up there. Nice, fantastic work. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it. Good stuff.
Gobeithio wnaethoch chi mwynhau a gobeithio weld chi wythnos nesaf. Diolch yn fawr.